Hey, it's Peter, and I'm in Peter's kitchen, as if you didn't know. All right, so what am I doing? It's a rainy day. There's nobody around, although maybe one of my brothers is coming home. And I'm deboning a chicken, which is what you see. This is a dead cooked chicken. All right, and I haven't done a live stream on Peter's kitchen, but I've done a lot of live streams on my other channel, which is just my name, Peter Gregg, and that's mostly about cameras. So I made me a soup, supa, ekana ena supa. Okay, that's Greek, and I made it in this instant pot. Although this particular one is not an instant pot brand, I got 4 different one of these. So this is, and I got no close-ups. I only got one camera, but I do have a 35-foot cable that's going to the area where this is getting broadcast from, which is the next room. So as you can see here, I have made a tomato vegetable soup, and I let it run for an hour at full pressure, and I put a can of tomatoes. What kind of tomatoes did you put in there, Peter? I don't know. Okay, well, let's find out. Okay, so let's look and see what we've got. Okay, so this is critical. This is Italian tomatoes from San Marzano, Italy, okay? Product of Italy. So it's a peeled San Marzano tomato. It looks more like an egg, but it's probably one of the best tomatoes that you can get, all right? So we start by putting that, opening the can and putting it in the pot. Wow, how hard can that be? I can even do that. All right, so then I got 2 onions. I chopped them up, but not pretty coarse, to be honest with you, because I don't want it to be small. So I put 2 of the onions. I put 1 whole bulb of garlic, peeled, chopped up some, not tremendously, because as you heat it up, all of this stuff breaks down. So I put that all in the pot. Then I filled it up to the line, and I cooked it for an hour. After I cooked it for an hour, I opened it up. I took 3 packages of frozen vegetables. You put the kind that you want. We don't like, or me meaning we meaning me, don't like corn. If anybody's actually watching this thing, somebody make a comment. Just say hello. Just say, I listen to the new sounds of Y100. No, that's a radio station from the 70s that I used to listen to. So now I put the vegetables in, and then I let it go on slow cook overnight. And then this morning I put it over to warm, and now we're ready for the next part. And the next part is where I'm going to turn this tomato vegetable soup into a chicken tomato vegetable soup. How about that? So I figured instead of doing this all by myself, I would drag you into it and go, okay, let's get a knife. Let's put our chicken over there. Let's bring this up here. And it kind of looks like I'm okay. I'm seeing it in a delayed mode, okay? And I got a little garbage bag here, and I put a little tzatziki sauce. Yeah, I put a little bit of tzatziki sauce in there, because if I come across a nice piece of meat, I might just happen to, like, I'm going to take this off of the, now this is going to get messy, okay? I'm deboning. I'm actually taking the skin off. And then this is going to go into the supa. Tavalo tutto mesti supa. This is going into the soup, okay? And that's a piece of chicken. So I'm going to do that for 2 chickens. And they're going to go, no skin, I'm not putting any skin, no bones, of course. This is going to be a soup. So what am I going to do with this soup after I've made it? I'm going to put it into, so this is a piece of garbage. It goes in the garbage bag. See how cool? Oh, Richard said something. This is Mary on Rick's phone. I'm watching, and I just discovered you. I just got notified. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Mary. I'm doing a live stream. It's kind of like a combination of a test to see if I can actually live stream here in the kitchen, and a way to have somebody debone this chicken with me. This gets really boring. So you don't have to stay, Mary, but thank you for coming in. And if you're welcome to stay. I can sing you songs like hands, washing hands, reaching out. Don't touch me, and I won't touch you, sweet Mary. Boom, boom, boom. Good times. See, I told you I could sing you a song, but I don't want to hit a copyright, so I have to be careful not to sing too much of a song, because YouTube doesn't allow you to do that. They give you copyright problems. But since we're in a hand washing thing, so that's what I'm doing. So I got me a Mary. You know, Mary is one of my favorite names. Absolutely, positively. So we've got 4 people watching, and I'm deboning the chicken. There we go. So this is not a big channel, so it's not like I'm going to embarrass myself and accidentally do something wrong, like take this piece of chicken, which looks so good, and I'm going to dip it into some tzatziki sauce that I just happen to have ready in case I wanted. Oh my goodness. This is so good. Oh, I got a comment from MDZ Shots and Peter, my buddy. I'm doing live from the kitchen. I took the GH4. I bought a cable which came in a week ago, and it's got like 35 feet. So I brought the GH4 in here, and then connected it up. I went over to Peter's kitchen, making sure my hands are clean. I got a wireless mic on me, so I can walk around. So you guys that have missed the beginning part, I made vegetable soup. I took a can of San Marzano tomatoes. San Marzano tomatoes. And I cut up two whole big, huge onions. And I chopped them up coarsely, and a whole bulb of garlic, and then another half that I had left over. And I cleaned that and chopped that up, and then I put it in the Instant Pot for an hour. And after I had it in the Instant Pot for an hour, I let it do a natural release. And then last night before I went to bed, I put in 3 bags of frozen vegetables, organic frozen vegetables that I bought at Publix. And then I put it to slow cooker, not Instant Pot cooking, but slow cooking. And after I did that, I got up, I walked around, I looked, and I said, oh no, I'm going to take another nap. So I went back to bed. So now it's all ready. It's actually a vegetable tomato soup. Absolutely delicious. Okay. I did say hi to you, MDZ, right? Yes. I'm just deboning a chicken. You don't have to hang around. I wanted to see if I could do a live stream on Peter's kitchen. So now I'm taking and I'm just taking the meat off of here. And I'm going to turn this into a chicken vegetable tomato soup. And then I'm going to actually put them in a one of those things that sucks the air out of the bag, like a food saver. And I'm going to put 1.5 cups to 2 cups in each one, so each one is going to be a meal. And they lay flat. So I can pile up 15, 20 of those in the freezer and then just put them in simmering water while they're still in the bag and have myself a dinner of tomato chicken soup. So I got 2 whole cooked chickens, organic. They cost extra when you buy the organic whole chickens. And now I'm taking the meat off, making sure I got no bones. There's no bones about it, okay? So, and then I got me the iPad, which is the weakest link here because it's on a battery. So it's at 100%, but I actually tuned into myself. So I'm actually watching myself, and I can see if there's any comments come up. Okay, so I had Mary made a comment. MDZ Shots made a comment. So this is just a relaxing afternoon of me getting the meat off of this chicken. And the meat's going to go into the pot. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit more. And then I'm going to portion it into the vacuum packed bags. So that each vacuum packed bag is a portion. And I just took out a little bowl here of tzatziki sauce that I made a few days ago. So I can actually dip that in and not touch my mouth and put that right into the other pot, the big pot. So I figured, why do this all by myself? Let's see if Peter's Kitchen will actually broadcast live. I can read if anybody makes a comment. Obviously my hands are greasy, so I'm not going to be able to comment back, but I can talk to you. I can say, hey, how you doing? Live from Miami. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. So if somebody calls, you're just going to hear it ring. But I'm not going to pick up the phone with my hands full of grease. So how's the picture, Peter? GH4. I didn't even white balance. I just set it to 3000. And then I did the trick that you do with the Panasonic cameras. You tilt it away from the green because this one likes to be green. Actually, on the thing that I have here, it even looks a little bit green. And I've already balanced it for green, so long live Panasonic's green. So now I'm working my way through a thigh. When I bought these chickens, they were cooked and it was a couple of days, so I put them in the refrigerator, so they're cold. Cold. My fingers are cold. So I have the other one in the oven at 175 degrees because I don't want to cook it. I don't want to toughen up the chicken. So the soup is completely cooked. I'm not going to raise the temperature again, otherwise it'll make the chicken hard. So I keep the temperature at warm, which is 142 degrees is what it's set at, which is just above that 140 degree. And I'm just going to peel. It's got a lot of fat in this chicken. I got a little bag here for garbage. We've got 4 people watching. Wow, this is the big deboning chicken video of the year. We are getting the meat off of this chicken and it's going to go right into the supa. Que taejo me polica lo supa. Titha kana me tora. Titha kana me tora. Oh, I have a paper towel right here. So, I'm going to take these and wipe my hands. And that, oh, this is a nice piece of meat. That's a nice piece of fat. So here we go. We are now deboning chicken on an afternoon where nobody's doing anything. But this is the first live that I'm doing for the kitchen channel. So I get to see what happens with that. Of course, it's not. I'm just going to take a quick little stroll and make sure that I'm actually still broadcasting, because all the equipment that's doing the broadcasting is in another room. It's actually in a room called the Christmas room. So I've got a Peter's Kitchen and a Christmas room. So I'm going to look in here and see, and yeah, we're on. We actually got 3 people in here. And let's check over on videos and live. Yep, the only thing I didn't do is I didn't put a thumbnail, but I can do that after. Okay, so we're doing good, guys. This is not too bad. This wire is 35 feet, so I've got it connected to the actual room where I do the normal broadcasts, which is just Peter Greg. That's where we talk about cameras and stuff. I'm coming back. Just sit down. Don't get excited. Here, I'm back, okay? You don't have to worry. I'm back. Okay. So let's get to the job at hand here, okay? We are deboning chicken for the vegetable tomato chicken soup that I made a whole pot in the Instant Pot there. And now I started to take the meat off the chicken, and I said, why don't I do this live right on YouTube on Peter's Kitchen? I've never gone live on this channel before. I go live almost every night, Monday through Friday, on my regular channel, but I've never done a live here. So I figured somebody's going to come in and spend the afternoon with me. And if you guys comment, okay. Oh, welcome to the Joneses. Anthony, happy Sunday afternoon. How you doing, buddy? I'm testing the Peter Greg, what is this called? Peter's Kitchen. And I made a big pot of soup, tomato, vegetables, and it's ready for the last part, which I'm going to add some meat into the soup. So I got me 2 cooked chickens at Publix, which is our big grocery store here. Up north, it would be like Kroger, or I don't know the names of all the different ones that you guys have all over the country. So I bought 2 cooked chickens, and I'm now taking them off the bone. I was doing it all by myself, and I said, hey, I bought a long cable for the camera. Why don't I plug in, I didn't take apart everything else, but I brought in the GH4. I didn't even do a white balance. I just set it, I guessed, at 3,000 Kelvin temperature. And now you're going to spend a little time with me while I take meat off of a chicken. And I'm going to put all this meat, and I'm going to put it into my pot of tomato vegetable soup, which is ready and waiting. I made it in my Instant Pot, except this is a different brand. This is not an Instant Pot. It's a different, I got 4 different ones of these. So this one is the oldest one. This was the very first one that I ever bought. So I know Anthony is watching, and he's watches me on the regular channel, which is my camera channel. So you guys feel free to comment. I can read it over here on my iPad, but I can't respond. First of all, my hands are yucky. Hands, wash your hands. Reaching out. Don't touch me and I won't touch you. Sweet. Welcome to the Joneses. Bum, bum, bum. There's a lot of fat in this chicken. I don't want that fat in my soup. It'll make the soup taste better with all the fat, but I don't need clumps of fat, I don't think. So Peter, tell Abby I saw her second video. Boy, she is on a roll. And all I can do is a thumbs up, because you can't comment on children's videos, which is terrible. That's the place to comment. Tell the kid, hey, you're doing good. But no, YouTube, we'll protect our children. We won't let anybody talk to them. So tell her that I saw the one of them twice. I watched it twice. The one where she made the snowflake. She was so cute. And tell her in the second one to be careful where she aims the camera, because she was like really low. So tell her I wanted to see what she was doing on the table, but she made it too low. But I really liked the video anyway. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was so wonderful to watch Abby and watch what she was making. Abby is the daughter of one of my best friends, and she is getting smitten with YouTube. YouTube. The big tube up in the air. Okay. This is all mussels. I don't want that. I want a nice, delicious chicken soup. So, there we go. Anthony, you don't have to hang around. I know you're probably just curious, because I'm just going to take my time, and I'm just going to debone this chicken. And if anybody happens to make a comment, I can see it over here on my iPad. And I can say, hola, hola chico, hola chiquitita. How are you doing? I am doing fine. I am deboning this chicken, and I've gotten past, I think, one of the thighs. Actually, I think I've done both thighs. So now I'm going to open it up. Look at that. Wow. That's the spine and all the good stuff here. Let's see if I can find a piece of meat. I'm holding it over the garbage. I have a little garbage bag over here. That's a good piece of meat. And we got another one on this side. There we go. That's fat. I don't want fat in my chicken. I don't want fat in my chicken. So, there we go. I would do this on the regular camera channel, but I don't know if everybody would appreciate watching me play with chicken with my fingers. You know what's the saying? Finger licking good? Okay, so let's take the skin off. The skin is not going into the soup. However, if I had half a brain, I would have put this skin in when I was making the vegetable part, because the flavor from this would have been really, really good. So now I am down to the breast, and I'm going to divide the breast in half. And then all of this chicken that I'm taking apart and pulling out of here is going to go into my big pot of soup that I made in the Instant Pot, which is, of course, a vegetable tomato soup. I got San Marzano tomatoes. This is the bones. We don't want the bones in. Okay, now I'm looking for more bones. Looking for bones, looking for bones. I'm going to get this skin, this tendons off of here. I don't want that in my soup. This big clunk of fat. Yuck. I don't want that in my soup either. So, I'm going to take out that vein. You guys like to eat veins? Who likes veins? Raise your hand. I didn't see anybody raise their hand, so they don't like veins. Okay, so we'll take the vein and put it out. That's a piece of chicken. We'll put that there. Now, it looks like I got me a piece of chicken that's ready and waiting. Okay, so there's the chicken tender. So when you can see how it always has that silver skin on there, I try to pull that off. There's no reason to put that in your body. There's no reason to get that silver skin. So I peel the silver skin off, put it in the garbage bag. I don't know, can you guys see the garbage bag? Oh, I got it. It's behind the M&M bag. Oops, I forgot to move the M&M bags. I don't eat M&Ms. Who, me? Of course not. I don't eat M&Ms. Haha. It's a good thing today's Sunday or I'd have to go to church. Okay, so I'm cutting up. Nice, look at that. Can you see that? Oh, beautiful. Nice pieces of white meat and the dark meat's the sweet meat. Oh, I love the dark meat. So we've got that. I got a piece of skin here. I'm going to take it out. That piece of skin wouldn't have bothered anybody. Why am I being so picky? This is chicken soup. Look at all that beautiful, beautiful bean footage. That's a commercial for those of you guys that are not in the U.S. Well, we've only got 5 people watching, so we're not going to set the world on fire here. But this is the first live stream, honestly, for the kitchen show. I've never live streamed here before, and that's the reason I'm doing this. Anybody else comment? Nope, we just got the same comments. Feel free to comment. I can read the comments, but I just can't type because my fingers are they're kind of busy right now. I don't know what my fingers are doing. That's garbage, not in there. So you can comment and I'll read your comment. So, Mary, did you leave? I know you probably got bored. But that's okay, Mary. Don't worry. You're not going to miss any groundbreaking information here on the cooking channel. As a matter of fact, I don't know if live streaming and cooking goes very well because many times you've got to cook and then you got to wait. So you got to turn the camera off and then you got to come back when you're ready. Like I make bread too, so I want to make bread, but I'm not going to do it live. You got to wait like an hour and a half or whatever it is that I wait for the bread to rise. What am I going to do? Just sit here and tell you jokes for an hour and a half? Well, there was this one, one this and one that. I should get a book of jokes or something. That would be an interesting, probably very boring video. So now I got this nice, lovely white meat. I'm going to cut it up, and I'm piling it on over here, guys. See how my pile is getting bigger and bigger? Okay, let's get through this. Let's get through this. All through this. I'm always watching out for bones. We don't want anybody getting sick or getting a bone in their mouth. So now I'm going to peel it apart. You know, and with the pork, they call it pulled pork. I don't know if this qualifies for pulled chicken. All right, this is like real stringy. I don't want that in there. This is good, tender. Ooh, tender, tender, tender. Up, nobody wrote anything. And let's see. All this beautiful white meat. Peter, did you hang in there or did you leave? You guys are doing something today on Sunday? Anybody doing anything on Sunday today? So let's do that. I saw this thing move. Oh, welcome to the Joneses. Do I have a garden? No, right now I don't have a garden. I wanted one. I had one running, and it kind of got damaged in a storm, and I never reactivated it. So I think I found... No, that's not the wishbone. That's not the wishbone. It's part of the cartilage for the main part where like the chicken tender is. See that part? And then the chicken tender sits in there. So that goes in the garbage bag that I've got here. You have a garden, Anthony, or the family, or the kids? Anybody got a garden? There's a bone in here, so I got to get that bone out. I wonder where the wishbone is. That's all skin. Yuck. Skin and fat. Wow, look at that. Now that's a... Should I put that whole piece in there? Whoever gets that piece of chicken with their soup is going to get... Oh, I got me a little chicken sandwich in here. Now, eating soup that I make is always fun. You never know what you're going to find. I'm just doing this a little more carefully because I know there's a lot of people watching. Otherwise, I wouldn't do... I found the wishbone. Here's the wishbone. All right, we got us the wishbone. Let's clean off all the fat and the sinewy things that's on that wishbone. Yeah, garden would be a fun thing. Okay, you hold that side, I'll hold this side, we'll break it. Boom! Okay, now, starting from now, okay, we have to make a bet. And that bet, whoever loses the bet, we have to decide what it is. So for me, I always like to bet some M&Ms. So, there we go. Okay, looks like I've arrived at a nice white piece of the breast meat in here. Well, I guess most of the breast meat is white, right? See the silver skin? That's tough. People don't like that. I guess the Queen of England doesn't have to deal with that because somebody will cut the silver skin out for her. The Queen doesn't live here. Neither does the King. Well, the King does, but it's a different kind of king. The real king, the big king, the King of Kings. Okay, I don't see any of the silver skin here, so I'm just going to cut this up into nice pieces. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. How beautiful. How beautiful. Do you have a garden? Anthony says, yes, it's relaxing during these times. Yeah, I have to agree because the pool pump broke and the guy came to change the pool pump, so I kind of like hover over him and I don't want to get too close and stuff. So I did some raking out there and just some hosing down some of the areas, not where he was working. I'm not trying to get him wet as they... oh, I got fired, by the way. The guy that does the sprinklers and the pool pump came and he brought his grandson, who's 15 years old, and we just started playing, and then the grandfather fired both of us. He told me to go in the house because I was distracting him, and the kid was supposed to be helping, and I was keeping the kid from helping, but we got into some good games. You know, a 15-year-old kid, there's nothing better to play all kinds of games with. So we started playing, and then we all got fired. So I had to go back to doing my raking, and the grandfather, which here is abuelo because it's Spanish here, made us go back to work. He's a mean grandfather. Well, he was paying the boy to come and help him, and instead, he was showing me stuff on his phone, and all kinds of little silly things. Ooh, look at that. Gross. That's not going in mine. That is not going in my supa. Tenta tovalo tuta mesti supa mu. Okay, so now I'm cutting up the fillet and putting it on here. Putting this on here. I'm going to widen it out because, let's clean this up a little bit. Oh, no, I'm not done. Hold your horses. I'm not leaving. You could leave. You can go out and buy yourself a Hershey's chocolate bar or an M&M or something like that. That's okay. You can do that. But I'm not going. I have to stay right here. You know why? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you in a second. I wonder if I should change channels. Now it is about cooking. So in the oven here, I have, look at that. Oh, what do you have, Peter? I have something that you would never guess what I have. No, you would never guess in a million years. Look at that. I got me another chicken. So now I have to start with this chicken. Where's my scissors? I should always have a piece of paper towel here. Oh, I always turn this light on. This way you can see how dirty the stove is. It makes it better. So now they all put these strings around this chicken. Right, Anthony? They put string around the chicken and then it pops out. And when it pops out, it splatters you. I think they do that as a joke. They figure, ah ha ha, we got somebody else. So, Anthony says, Washington, D.C. Urban Garden. Very nice. Washington, D.C. Who else is in Washington, D.C.? Oh, Dan. Dan is in Washington, D.C. All right, so I got the string off of this side. All right, so now what I do is I pull off the thigh. See, I put this one out to thaw at 175 degrees in the oven. And now look at that. This comes out. So if you guys ever want to take a chicken, okay, here's the two wings. Here's the one thigh and the leg. Then you pull off the other thigh and the leg. Then you go right underneath and you grab the carcass, pull up, pull down, and you pull out that center bone. And then you start to dismantle. Actually, you could take a knife and do it nicely and actually cut the breast right in half, and it would actually look very, very good. In this case, I'm not going to do the very, very good part. I'm just going to pull out the white. There's one breast piece, and then we've got the other one. I'm going to pull off the skin. I should have put this skin in to cook with the vegetables because it would have given it some, look at that, all that skin. That would have been really, really good. Okay, so now I got the white meat, but there's still some bones in here. So I'm going to have to dig out those bones, which is not too hard to do. Just go through here. Those of you that are just joining me, we're up to, wow, we got 6 people watching. Wow, this is going to be the big video of YouTube. Okay, so now I got a nice piece of white meat. I made a vegetable soup, a tomato vegetable soup. It's cooked overnight. And now it's ready to receive and become a chicken tomato vegetable soup. But I don't want to cook the chicken in there because it gets tough. I want nice, tender, moist, delicious chicken. So I bought 2 cooked chickens, organic chickens at Publix, which is our grocery store in this area. So I'm pulling the bones out of here and the silver skin. And actually I'm taking off the regular skin because this is all of this meat that I'm cutting up here is going into the chicken, into the soup. So it's going to become a chicken vegetable San Marzano tomato. San Marzano tomatoes come from Italy. That's actually a very sweet tomato. If you guys have never had San Marzano tomatoes, next time you go to a grocery store, find them. They're not they're not the most popular, but they are the most delicious. And you have to get the whole peeled tomato. I have another can here, but I'm not going to pick it up. Okay, so now here's the thigh. and a leg. So I'm going to separate the leg. I'm going to I'm going to run my thumb right up the side of the leg, pull it apart, and now you've got a thigh and a leg. You didn't see that? I'll do it again. Golly gee whiz, Batman, pay attention. I'm going to run my thumb right up the side of the leg, right up to where the bones meet, and then pull. And you've got two pieces. If you're going to put a tray out of chicken pieces, you'll have two legs, like that. You'll have a thigh, and then the other thigh, and that's how you handle the chicken. Okay, so we are going to continue. Anybody else write anything? Anthony is still doing his urban. Well, you'll be on here long enough, Anthony. So your garden's gonna bloom, and you'll have everything you need. I'm surprised you found this, Anthony. I didn't know you knew that this channel was over here. That's a nice piece of meat. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice piece of meat. I was tempted to order like 3 or 4 breasts from Popeye's Chicken because I love the breasts at Popeye's Chicken. And I don't know if you can buy the chicken pieces at Chick-fil-A because I like that they get the no hormone chickens there. But I never checked. But I like their chicken sandwich and I love their shakes. Okay, look at that. That's a gorgeous. Whoa, what a beautiful, absolutely beautiful piece of meat. But it's got a layer of silver skin here. We don't want the silver skin in there. The silver skin is stringy and it makes it taste tough. It's hard to chew it. And it's also hard for you to digest the silver skin. What is that piece there? Looks like it's a little knob of fat. I don't want a little knob. Well, actually, that's not true. The fat will make it tasty, right? It'll make it tasty. Fat is tasty. I'm tasty because I'm fat. So I'm a little excited because this is the first live stream I've done for Peter's Kitchen. And I didn't have to move any of the equipment over from the other room. So how did you do that? I bought a 35-foot special HDMI cable, and it's plugged in to the same spot where this camera goes in when I do the close-ups with the GH4. So I just brought it in here, and when I brought it in, I just connected it up. MDZ Shots just made a pizza, a homemade pizza, while he's watching me work with the chicken. All right, we got the kitchens are going. And what did you say? We love Publix. We spend a lot of time in Central Florida. The subs are great. Well, right where you get the subs, over to the right a little bit, there's a rack of cooked chickens. I got 2 of those. And these are the lemon chickens because they got the Mojo chickens, which I don't really like the seasoning on that. But they had a couple of other ones. So I got 2 of the lemon pepper chickens. And this is the pile that I made. All of this is going in the soup. This is kind of a big piece, isn't it? Somebody's going to go like, ooh, I got me a whole meal here. Okay. There we go. So we did that leg. All right, let's get into the thigh. The thigh, where the big meaty, the good tasting part of the meat is. So MDZ, you made a whole pizza. Did you buy the dough? Because our Publix sells like a pre-made pizza dough, and it comes folded up, and then they make it in a ball. I buy the one that's folded up because they've got a machine there that presses it flat. And then I learned how to make a really good pizza sauce. A guy named Vito, and he's on YouTube, and he's Italian. He's a very, very Italian. And when he talks to you, it's all in Italian, in English and Italian, and sometimes the Italian words come through. But he makes good pizza. So when he makes the pizza sauce, he gets, now I have to show you. Because now I'm excited. What am I going to tell you? I have to get a clean paper towel because I don't want to dirty this can. Okay, so you get a big can of San Marzano tomatoes, like this. Just like that. Oh, okay, and then he opens the can, okay. He opens the can with the can opener. Actually, it's like he's got a restaurant, so he's got the good stuff. He's got the can opener that goes like that. And then he takes the, what do you call those blenders? I call it a stick blender. You just stick it into a glass or something, and he just blends that whole thing. And he adds tomato, basil, and a few cubes of garlic, and then he just blends it up. That's it. He's made tomato sauce for the pizza. Wow. Subbed a while ago. That's Anthony. You're going to be eating soup all week. Well, what I do with this soup is I put it in the vacuum bags, like the food savers. And they lay flat. I put a cup and a half, almost 2 cups, a big drinking glass full. Okay? I'm not going to record that. It's a mess. Okay? And then I seal them, and I've got soup for like 2 months, because this big thing is like plenty of soup. So I make it so each one is a serving size for one person, and I vacuum pack it. You got a lot of kids, you can prepare food in advance, especially if you got a decent sized freezer. The secret is to have a decent sized freezer, or buy one of those chest freezers when they're on sale, where you can get them for like a low price. I don't know what the price is normally, so I was going to say something, but I really don't know, to be honest with you. So I can, so then I freeze them, and I put it, we do have a chest freezer, and they lay down flat as a pancake. And then you take the for everybody, like if I'm going to have me or me and a few of my brothers, or if my girlfriend is here and she wants soup, which she never likes soup, you just take those out, you put it in a pot of simmering water. You can't overcook it, okay, because it's already cooked. Just don't put it in the boiling water, because it is in the food grade plastic, the vacuum bag from Food Saver. And you can make those. Anthony, honestly, you need to look into the Food Saver stuff. When they have the stuff on sale, like at Arby's roast beef, or any of the fast food places, like Kentucky Fried Chicken, they just had a special where you get a lot of pieces of chicken. So I bought the big one, not the small one. And then, I'm just trying to make sure there's no bones in here. And then I freeze them individually. You know your family. You know what they're going to eat. You make individuals, so if your son is eating tonight, you're going to take out a bag for him, a bag for you, a bag for your wife, a bag for your daughters, okay? And you could save a lot of money by buying stuff on sale and putting them in the vacuum pack, the vacuum machine, and vacuuming that stuff. Okay, very good, Peter. Now I cover it up so I can't see if anybody writes anything. So, and then I do that with pizza. I got like 8 or 10 slices of pizza in there. Some of them are Sicilian, some of them are for Domino's. I think I bought, no, my brother bought what's the other one? Papa John's. And I got 4 slices from them. So if I want 2 slices of pizza tonight, I just take out the 2 slices of pizza, and I let them, I thought something fell off. Okay. I take them frozen. I put them on a piece of parchment paper. Can't use aluminum. I mean, you can't use wax paper in the oven. And I don't recommend you use aluminum foil. So you just lay them on there, and in 20 minutes at 350, sometimes I like to be a little bit crispy, so I put it in for 30 minutes. And you got yourself pizza. So when they have the buy one, get one free of the pizza, you know, it's how you save money, by stacking up. With everyone home, the food doesn't last long. Yeah, that would be for sure. Especially you got young kids, they eat, and then after they finish eating, they go, what can we eat? What can we eat, Dad? But you just ate dinner, but I'm still hungry. Anyway, it's a good thing. Carl! You found me. I'm taking all the meat off of a chicken because I made a soup. I made a big pot of a soup. It started out as a tomato soup, and then after the tomato, I put the vegetables in, and that was yesterday. So I let it stew all night long, and now I'm going to make it and turn it into a chicken tomato vegetable soup. And so I figured, I've never ever done a live stream on this channel. Okay, so what did you say? I can read it, but I can't touch it. My hands are full of grease. Hey Peter, have you ever tried the Alma's whole wheat pasta? They sell it at Publix. It was recommended to me recently. No, I haven't. Alma's? I don't know that brand, so I'll have to look for it. I don't want my chicken to fall off the plate. So the whole wheat pasta. Carl, this is the way I figure it. Pizza is not on the health food list. So if you're going to have a pizza, eat one that you're going to enjoy, honestly. And neither is pasta. Pasta is a grain. When I went from over 200 pounds, and I went down as low as 165. And now I'm hovering at about 178. But I cut out all grains in any form, and that included pasta, anything that's a grain. Okay? And so having spaghetti, I know I've heard, spaghetti is your friend. Spaghetti is good for you. But spaghetti's like eating a loaf of bread. Honestly, that's all it is flattened out bread, rolled up, and then you boil it. And then you got, a spaghetti. And it's the salsa that you put on the spaghetti. Oh, she's a beautiful. Okay, we're almost at the end here, guys. Just no bones in here. How long have we been on? Oh, we're up to 5 watching. 5 people are watching Peter cut up a chicken and put it in his soup. How interesting can that be? Well, when you're bored, I'm doing this live because I was bored. There's no music. There's nothing on TV. There's nothing to watch. The news is not interesting. The news is like depressing. So I figured I just ordered a cable last week, Carl, and it was I ordered a 35-foot HDMI cable that has like a chip or something in it so you can run longer than 15 feet because HDMI cables are not good longer than, I think 15 feet, I think their limit. You can correct me if I'm wrong. We pulled out the silver skin in one stroke. Right at the end, I finally figured out how to do this. Now I got to get the bone. I got to separate this the meat from the bone. Okay, off we come. There we go. Looky. She come right out. It left off a little piece of bone at the tail end. So I connected up the, I think it's 35 feet for this cable. And I still got everything set up in the Christmas room. I didn't break down anything like that. And I tried it and it is working. I can actually, can see, my hair looks, I shouldn't be combing my hair over food. So it is what it is. Okay. So that's a nice white piece of meat. It still has some of the silver skin on it over here. I don't like the silver skin. It grosses me out. Oh, look at how that pulled off beautifully. It's like one sheet of silver skin. It pulled a little strain of chicken there. So the silver skin in the garbage. The white meat goes over here. Look at that. How beautiful. She's a beautiful. You ever watch a man cutting up a chicken live on YouTube? This is a world first. And I got a whole bag full of garbage in here. So here we go. We're coming down to the end. I got to get this little bony thing out. And yeah, I'm on that cable now. It's probably a little delayed, so you think I'm not answering you. But by the time it comes back out to me, I'm watching it on an iPad. Because all the equipment is still set up. I can go in there and just go live with all the cameras. Because it's all set up. I just have this one camera turned on. So it's the HDMI. The cable is running through. I have an adapter because the GH4's got the mini. Okay, so now, and it's running in there. I pulled the camera and the tripod out. This is the camera I normally do the hand stuff. It's usually aiming down. So I just raised up the f-stop because it's a Panasonic GH4 and I don't want it to be, I do not want it to actually focus, because Panasonic is the best focusing system ever, you know? That's what I heard. If you want a good Panasonic focusing system, you'll get one of these GH something cameras. I'm going to just start putting this in because I got no more room on that plate. Okay, so now this is the fun part. We take the pieces of the chicken and we put it in the soup. And then what do we got? How long has this been on? Anybody can see how long this has been on? It didn't grow in any amount of people watching, so I guess this is not a very highly watched channel, but that's all right. I had fun, and I didn't have to do this all by myself on a Sunday afternoon, even though this might be getting watched by somebody else. Hey, we got 2 thumbs up. I didn't see that before. Thank you. Whoever gave me a thumbs up. I don't know if you can get super chats in here or not. I'm not asking for any. It just crossed my mind. I should have kept my mouth shut. But I don't know if this channel is able to do that. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Okay. All right, this is the last little bit of white meat. And now I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to be sad because everybody's going to leave. And I'm going to go back to being all by myself on Sunday afternoon. So I'm just going to grab some pieces of meat, put it right on top. This is the Instant Pot. I made the soup in the Instant Pot, Carl. I think I explained all that. I started by making the tomatoes, onions, and garlic and put them in for an hour in the Instant Pot. That'll break down the tomatoes so your stomach can digest it very, very nicely. I got a feeling we're going to flow over. I better stir this and see what's going to happen. Okay, so now I stir, stir, stir. Ooh, look how good that looks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And look at the carrots, the string beans, the tomatoes, the onions, onions, onions. I did 2 whole onions. Can you see those onions? Are they in the picture? Where are they? They're not on the M&M side. They're on the other side. Oh, yeah, you can see the top of one of the onions right there. Ooh, look at that, baby. Look at that. Look at that. This is going to be such a delicious soup, and you have those with the Ritz crackers or the Club. I like the Club crackers. Okay, here's the question. Can I get any more chicken in there? Can I do it? Let's see what happens. Whoa, whoa. So this is going to be 1 can of San Marzano whole peeled tomatoes from Italy. It's got to be the San Marzano. That's the area of the world where they're grown. Oh, this is not good. I don't want that. No, I don't want any of that in there. Okay, so 1 can of that, 2 of the giant, big, sweet onions, a bulb, not a clove, but a bulb and a half of garlic. Everything gets cleaned, of course. Everything gets chopped up, but kind of coarse, not fine, because with all that heat, it makes most of that stuff melt down. So you don't want that to happen. So everything is coarse. And now, let's take the top off. And let's see how much of this I can not spill. Oh, look at that. How good. I am stirring my chicken vegetable soup live, coast to coast, all the way around the world. Even the people in Italy, where these tomatoes have come from, can actually watch me make my chicken a vegetable electric pressure cooker soup. Ooh, this is going to make a delicious soup. Oh my goodness. I might have a bowl before I vacuum pack all this. These are all going into individual vacuum pouches. And when they're vacuum packed, they lay flat and they stack up on each other. And I'm going to make maybe 20, 25 bags or 20, 25 servings of this soup. And I didn't have to do all that all by myself this afternoon. You guys came in and You sat with me. There's still 5 people. Now there's 6 people. And we have spent Sunday afternoon together. It is now almost 6 o'clock. I don't know. How long have we been on now? Are my hands clean? Let's see. What kind of information can I get on this? Not very much. There's plenty of comments in here. Golly gee whiz, Batman. So we had Anthony from Welcome to the Joneses. We got Carl. We've got MDZ Shots, who made a pizza while I was making a soup. He made a pizza. Why didn't you record it? I want to see you. We have Richard, but it was Mary that came on. And we got my buddy Peter. So it says we got 6 people watching. Well, guys, I made a vegetable tomato soup. This was the tomato, San Marzano. Remember, San Marzano tomatoes. And it's the whole, W-H-O-L-E, peeled tomatoes. And look at this. Just look at the amount of chicken I put in here. This is a man's soup. You know, the kind of soup where it's all water with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. This is like all chicken with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Oh my goodness. This is so good. You know what? Since you guys spent the afternoon with me here, let's get a bowl. I got a bowl. This is my system. The dishes are clean. That means don't put any dirty dishes in the dishwasher. And then I'm going to take one of these spoons, and I'm going to actually put some in the bowl right here. Right. All right. Oh, look at that. Look at that tomato. Look at the carrot. Oh, my goodness. That looks so good. I put a package of organic cut beans, which is like a string bean. I put a package of a blend that's got carrots and other types of stuff. There's no zoom cameras in here, guys, so this is all you're going to get. So, ow, it's hot. I'm going to taste it. Oh, my goodness. And I'm not a soup person either. Honestly. Look at the string beans. Beautiful string beans. Look at the stringy chicken. That is a man's soup. Amazing man's soup. Hey, Dan came in. Hi, Dan. We made a soup, all afternoon soup. Actually, I started it yesterday. Dan, I'm bringing you up to date. I started it yesterday. I took the Instant Pot, which is this one of my, this is a different brand name, but it's the same thing. That's a nice tomato, onion. So I took 1 can. This is San Marzano whole peeled tomatoes, okay? And it's from Italy, and it's got to be from the town of San Marzano. That the dirt in there makes the best Italian tomatoes. San, S-A-N, Marzano, okay? So I opened a can, I pour it in there. I take 2 baby onions, these giant sweet onions, okay? And I peel them. I cut them up, but not too much, pretty coarse, because it melts them down in the Instant Pot. And then I take 1 or 2 of the whole bulbs. I cut them up, clean them up, chop them up, again, coarse, not finely. And I put it in the Instant Pot for an hour. I fill it up with water to the line, okay? And then I put it in the Instant Pot for an hour. And after that's done, I let it do all afternoon, I don't care, a regular release, not the quick release. I let it, and it's a big pot, so it takes a long time. It's going to take a couple hours before you can open the lid, okay? And then I put in 3 bags of frozen vegetables from the grocery store, organic. One was like a string beans. They call it cut vegetables. Cut beans. And then there was another one that's got a mixture of, let's see, carrots and what is that thing? Oh, cauliflower. We got that in there. And then I let it go all night long on the slow cook setting, okay, with the lid on, but no pressure. And then we come to today. So the soup is finished. You can actually stop at that point. But I got 2 cooked chickens from Publix, up there, Kroger, or whatever your big grocery store is. So I got 2 whole cooked chickens, and I started to, debone them. And I decided, hey, I have never done a live stream on Peter's Kitchen. So I got a long cable, 35 feet. And I just brought it in from the Christmas room and just brought one of the cameras and sat them down there. And I started taking the meat off. So it's almost 6 o'clock. I bet this show is at least 2 hours long. I can't tell. My hands are clean now, but before I couldn't touch anything. So, and I'm watching myself on an iPad so I can see if people make comments, because all the setup is still in the Christmas room over there. So Dan says, how many M&Ms? I don't know. I didn't touch that one. That bag is not even open. The other bag is in the Christmas room. So what I'm going to do is heat this up one more time, but not too hot, because I don't want the chicken to turn tough. I want the chicken to stay nice and tender now that I cut it up. And I put oregano in the water. For the 1 hour cook, I put oregano in the water. I put salt and pepper. I can taste that it needs a little bit more salt, but I have a tendency to putting too much salt, so I undersalted it on purpose. And what else did I put? I put ground mint, which is something most people don't put in a soup, and it gives it a nice after kick. Good flavor. And then this is done. I just put the chicken in it, and it's going to get packed in individual servings in the vacuum pack baggies, and they're going in the freezer. I should have 20 bags, if not more. Each one is about 2 cups. I get like a glass like this. I'll show you guys how I do it. I'm not going to actually do it because it's kind of messy. So let me find the glass. It's not that one. It's not that one. Oh, I can see it. It's all the way in the back there. Ah! All right, so I get a drinking glass like that, and that's going to become a bowl of soup. It's actually going to fill this up to the brim if I were to put it in there. So let me show you the plastic bag that I use. I'm walking behind the camera. You can't see me when I'm behind the camera, can you? What's all this freedom I have? Well, by having a long cord and a wireless mic, I can go anywhere, and I can look into the next room, and the whole Christmas room is in there operating. It doesn't even know it's operating because I brought the camera in here. Okay, so I get this bag. I open it like that. Okay, then I fill a glass of soup up. I fill this glass with the soup with the ladle. Actually, I don't use that ladle. I use this one. Okay, so it's about 2 scoops, 1.5 scoops, and it fills this all the way to the top. Okay, so I will do that. And then I will take this. Okay, now watch carefully because this is a trick. Then I will just put this over the top, and I will go most of the way down. Now the glass is full of soup, and now what I do is go like, I hold it tight and I go, whoops, like that. And all the soup fills in here, and then I pull this right out, and then this goes and gets sealed and vacuum pumped. And then they lay like this with just maybe an inch of soup in there, and I stack them up in the freezer, and anytime I want. We got 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, you get 3-4 pouches. You make some hot water in here or there, not boiling, but simmering, and you got fresh, amazing, delicious soup. Very, very healthy. So that brings you up to date, Dan, and everybody else. And I guess now we got 8, 9 people in here. Now that I finished with the chicken, what am I going to do with you guys? All right, thanks, guys. Catch you later. Bye-bye.